Hi everyone, it's Dash of Dave here and I'm back for another crafty video. So this week I was thinking, so I have this tin of little random things and I think I did it on the last video or the video before or off camera or whatever, I can't remember what it was, but I'd cut something out of a magazine because I just wanted a word to go on one of the projects I was doing. And I was thinking, I'm really restrained by my words because my words normally are the ones that Tim Holtz says that I can have. So Timmy dictates what I have word-wise because I normally use his word chips and, those kind of things. So I was thinking, let's today just go through some random magazines. So these are what I have in my house. Now, hobbies from 1959. I don't expect everybody to have one of these. This is a Shine magazine. This is a free magazine that our charity distributes. We don't publish it, we just distribute it. And this is just an old history magazine that I got as part of a bundle of old magazines when I bought some on eBay. So I thought, let's go through these, pull out some interesting words that we like the look of, and that way then I can put them in here, have them to hand for when I'm doing some other stuff. So that's what we're doing today. So let's just go through it. So I hope everybody's well. I hope you're, happy. What are we in now? For me, it's the 15th of September. However, I think this video goes out on the 23rd of September. So we're getting towards the end of September, nearly October. Then it'll be that that big event that nobody wants to mention, and I cannot say that word because I'm nowhere near. Normally I'm prepared. I've got bought presents and that sort of thing. No, this year not happening. Setbacks. That's what I've had this year. So anyway, I just thought I would just check in on you, make sure you're all okay. Couple of apologies. I still haven't caught up on comments. I am trying to work through them. I'm trying to acknowledge the people that are new, whilst just liking the people that have that are the regulars. But I'm trying to get through as many as I can, and I'm really sorry it's not going as quick as I hoped. I've had a really hectic week this week. So the week that I've just come out of, I've had I've been doing a staff event. So I was on the catering team and we catered for all the staff, and we had to do it on a minuscule budget, which meant that we had to go shopping on Wednesday to deliver it all on, to get it all prepared for Thursday, which was the day that we were doing the event. And it was a really tight turnaround, a very long day of just standing on my feet all day, and I've been absolutely shattered since. But I know it just seems like I just give excuses, but I'm trying to do a very intense, that's what this means, intense, I'm not turned into an octopus. I've not turned into an octopus, don't worry. A very intense, or if I'd been an octopus it would be a very in tentacles. Okay, no, forget it. Alright, sorry, I'm not funny, I know. But yeah, it's been a very intense few months. Hopefully things are going to start to die down. Every time I say that, nothing happens. So it's it's just the same as it always was. So yeah, let's hope that I can get more stuff done. While I'm in here, I might pull out some things like pictures, etc., that I think might be interesting. And then I'll always check on the front and make sure that there isn't. So check both sides, make sure that I'm not going to chop something up that otherwise I might want. So there's this image which appears on here, so I'll take it from here rather than from here. That means I can take this image and I want that as well. So I'm just going to tear that out. And I think for the time being I'm just going to tear these. So I want this. I'm going to tear them so they get a bit more of an organic edge. Sorry, everything's organic these days. Except for food. Anyway, yeah, so it's been a bit intense and I'm really sorry. I don't want anybody to think that I don't care, because I do. I absolutely, if anybody knows anything about me, one of the big things about me is that I do care. I genuinely care. I just don't have as much time as I'd like. And the other thing is, because I'm dyslexic, I know I sound like I'm making excuses. Because I'm dyslexic, it takes me longer to read something. So I read every comment. I have to reread it because I don't understand it the first time. And my read aloud software doesn't work with the YouTube thing. So I have to read everything and then I have to type it, and I'm not the fastest typer. I type with 2 fingers. I can't touch type. I'd love to be able to touch type. People have tried. People have lost limbs in the process of trying to teach me to type. No, not literally. Maybe original. I like that as well. If it's a little word, I might. Well, I like to do it yourself as well. So I might just cut round those because they're easier than trying to tear them out. So I might do that. I know it's really tiny, but you know, I can always put it in the box and never use it again. No, hopefully it'll get used. But I can put it in the box and see. So maybe do the whole the original. Yep. Yeah, because otherwise you've got very narrow selection of things that you can do, because otherwise we're all using the same words from Tim Holtz. And I know there are other manufacturers out there that have done words in the past. I haven't seen any recent ones. However, if anybody's listening to me today, it'd be a miracle. No, if anybody's listening to me today and they do crafty things, please can someone bring some papers out that rival like the Tim Holtz 12x12 stuff that's available in the UK, because there's nothing, and it's really bad, because I really want some more, and he stopped doing them. And anyway, so yeah. But like the thing is, I know that lots of people have said, I think a few people have actually commented before and said, well, actually you can get the X, Y and Z, and this company does a really great version, and they're rarely available in the UK, and if they are available, it's probably cheaper to buy a Tim Holtz one that people are selling for silly money than it is to buy one of those new packs, because not only are they expensive in the UK, they're expensive to import. Well, the postage costs from the UK to America and vice versa have become ridiculous these days. So yeah, I'm gonna try and separate them into words and pictures. I don't know whether that crosses over. That kind of crossover one of a picture stroke word. Wall, will I use it? I don't know. Let's cut it out and see. So I like the words that are a bit more interesting, or that you can put, if they're in the same kind of typeface as something else, that you can put them together to make a ransom note. No, that's not what I'm doing. Just shush, Dave. Backing yourself into a corner there. So this one I probably will cut out as an oval, but for now we'll just cut it out. Anything else? Readers, postcards, maybe postcards from America. No, just postcards. I'll leave it as postcards from for the time being, and I'll keep that line in it. Again, you don't know when you might need a line. So, and like, you know, that's basically all that the Tim Holtz words are these, like, they've just been created from something. Right, let's leave that for a minute. Let's have a look at a new magazine, because I can tell you now there'll be things in a new style magazine that you'll want. So for instance, that there, sense of ending. Oh, sorry, sense of an ending, not sense of ending. Sense of an ending. And just didn't check up what was on the back of it. Luckily not a lot. Because we can always, like, I know it's on a very white background, but the text is very it's sans style, so rather than sans serif, so it has a nice, and you know, I might not do a sense of an ending, use a sense of an ending, but I might use the sense of an, or I might just use ending, or do you know what I mean? So could even have that T. So just need to look at it, things in just a little different skew sometimes, and see how you could use things. And you know, we've all have some kind of magazine. Like, you know, I don't actually buy magazines, but I get them free, or you know, they have them in the supermarket, or you have a free circular or something like that. And so we all get exposure to these things that we would otherwise just chuck away. See, look, I love that. So it's just kind of just checking through your magazines before you get rid of them. And I like tearing them because it gives me a softer edge, and a softer edge is much easier to disguise than a hard edge. So you can always, it blends in better if you just, you know, if you inked this and just put it on a background, it'd blend in better than with a hard edge. I'm not going to keep all of the numbers. If there's anything that's like particularly different or a different shape or something, you know, otherwise we'd just end up with a whole load of numbers. Below down. Person we love. A rant, maybe a rant. Don't see rant very often. Don't know whether that's a word that translates into lots of cultures, but I like a rant every now and again. So I've got a colleague at work that I get on well with, and we say, should we go out for lunch and have a rant? Fancy a rant today? And just basically just complain about everything that's going on in our work life and sometimes our home life. So rarely rant about my home life though. So it's come off, but that's fine. We'll just rip that off anyway. Don't like things, like I say, I don't like things that are too modern-y looking. I like the random words. That's got too much of a modern font, I think, for me. See, look, that's that picture again, and I think I'll definitely have that out there. It's always easy to rip against a solid something. So I'll have that. And any kind of like fun, see, again, nice fun image. We could definitely age up. I mean, it's got that old looking feel to it anyway, so we can definitely age it up, but just get rid of any excess bulk. Otherwise I just end up with like just tearing bits out of magazines, and I don't do anything with them. So I'm going to try and control this. Don't worry, I'm not just going to tear right through that bit at the top. Up to there. And then tear that bit off. But yeah, definitely have a think about magazines. You know, if you see something in a magazine you like, make sure it's okay to do it. You know, if your partner hasn't read it, maybe not just tear it out. Oh, I didn't check the back, did I? Oh well, never mind. I like this picture, and I'm not going to be too upset. Oh, actually, I think I've got another copy of these at work, so can always use another copy. What was on the back? Oh, it's right. It's a hot air balloon. I mean, it might have been. I don't like. No, I don't like the lines around it anyway. So, but I like that oldie look of the hot air balloon. Again, didn't check the back. It's only got a hand on it, so. Not the things I was expecting to rip out. I was expecting to rip just words out, but hey. It's a 2 for day. A 2 for 1 day. Yep. So let's have a look now. I think that's kind of that whole article is done. So I'm just going to leave these in here and then just throw the whole magazine away. I often use these magazines because they're free, and what we tend to do. This is January, February 2024, and I think that's February, March 2024. We get loads left over, and because they're free, they don't get sent back to publisher. We just sadly have to bin them. So we see people with all kinds of different stories. Some really sad stories, but volunteering gives that sense of hope and opportunity. There are millions of people, like the millions of older people, rolling up their sleeves and putting their hands into volunteers. So I don't know, I might be able to use that. Might be able to change some words in it. But it's a nice little paragraph of text that you perhaps wouldn't get. It's not even a paragraph, it's a sentence, Dave, but it's just nicely laid out is what I mean. And I will do an editorial after and decide if these things that I've ripped out are things that I'm actually going to keep. I could edit that down and make it just, all kinds of different stories. So if I tear this out, I can edit at a different time. But these things are free, so you get to read the magazine and then tear all the images out afterwards. What's that got on it? Anyone can be a volunteer. No, it's all about volunteering. I don't too many volunteering stuff. We wish to do what we do. We meet some wonderful people, and it's not what we do, it's what we get back. It's our passion. 15.5. A fellow said to me, Ashley, aim for the stars, and if you miss, you'll hit the moon, and that's good enough. Yeah, that's quite a good little. That's from. Oh, what's the word? Brief encounter. I know you said close encounter. Close Encounters, not from Close Encounters. Isn't it from Brief Encounters? It's the black and white movie. Is it Humphrey Bogart? I don't know. I don't know who was in it. It's definitely a black and white movie, and I can see somebody saying it. I'm sure they're at a train station at some point in the movie. Not necessarily when this is said. They're gazing out into the moonlight. So, but I may be wrong. Keep going, like that old song. Keep right on to the end of the road. Creativity keeps your mind going. You need your mind stimulating. That's quite a good comment about creativity. That might be a good thing to use. We all struggle with our creative block, don't we? So it just says keep going, and that's what I always advise, just keep going. Finding freedom. No. Nature lover. God's grace. It's this magazine, by the way, is for the older generation, not senior citizens, but the older generation. So it's aimed at older people around the area. So it's a Yorkshire magazine. I'll dare Otley out, because Otley is an area in Yorkshire. It's a very nice area in Yorkshire, actually. I mean, like, you know, there's a lot of nice areas in Yorkshire, but it's a very, when I say nice, I mean posh, expensive. And it's an expensive area in Yorkshire. A grand day out. That's a nice little comment. That's a very Yorkshire comment as well. A grand day out. That'll be nice on something. And the best thing about tearing things out, it doesn't take you very long to do it. So it's a lot easier to tear stuff out than it is to cut it all out. So. Lots of smiley bits. Oh, now that is a nice page, isn't it? That is lovely. I could cut the middle of that out, and I could use that as a frame for something. Definitely having that page. Definitely. I'm glad I've got more than one of these now. So just try and tear it out without ripping the page, Dave. Did you do it? You did. You little beauty. There we go. Scary robot cat. I quite like the text. It's quite modern, but it's got that nice pattern on it. So let's just tear that out as a whole thing. I'll tear it down in a minute. Sorry, lady, I don't want to tear you. You're very happy and smiley, but I don't want to tear you. Don't know how I'm going to use it, and if I will use it, but if I don't tear it out, I can't, can I? So I probably won't use the robot cats bit, but nevertheless, let's tear it out anyway. No, look at that. Nice colour, that green. One of the it's one of those bullseye mirrors. I'd love one of those. You know, the ones that are kind of is it convex when they dome out? Is that convex? Because yeah, that's concave, isn't it? If it domes in, it's concave. It's one of those convex mirrors. They used to be really popular. I think they were popular in the 50s, 60s, but you don't see them these days. Well, you do see them, and they're very expensive. I can't really use that. If it was face on, it'd be great, but from an angle, I don't know. Could use it from an angle. Look, if I don't tear it out, I'll regret not tearing it out, won't I? So I could always cut the middle of it out and put somebody in it, and then put it on something, and it's different in that it's not face on. It's kind of off to one side. So. Yeah, put that over there. Because you often find, the reason I moved from the old book to this is because you often find interesting text in old books because they didn't have many pictures. But I want to kind of encourage you to go through the things that you've already got to hand. Yeah. I'm interested in that. I feel like I need to read that thing. Is it about being going on local radio? I don't know. How supporting life? Interesting text. Don't know how I'd use it, but interesting text. Could use it as letters, I guess. Again, didn't check the back. Said I would. said a word so far, not. I'll tear it all out and then get rid of that text. I probably won't use that. The M's an interesting M as well, isn't it? Just an interesting thing. It's a bit like an American university letter that you'd have sewn on a jacket or something. That's not a thing in the UK, by the way. We never did that. Hooked on History. That's another nice thing. I won't take the T out this time. I'm just going to have that. Hooked on History. Didn't look at the back. That's right. Took the top of somebody's head off. I would say it's all right. I'm not saying it's all right to take the top of somebody's head off. That's not what I'm saying. A well-told story that grips me from the start. Allows me to travel to another place and time. I'd love to be able to do that. I know that I've told some people and I've talked to you, but I know I get new people all the time. But there's something I can't do. I can't read a book and escape because I don't have a visual imagination. So I can't imagine something unless I know it exists, and then I can recreate it in my mind, but I can't imagine something. So it's better for me to see the film and then read the book so that I know how to create that image in my head. So it's not a comment that I feel like connects with me. Don't know what these are about. Sunday morning stories. Don't know whether that. I don't know whether I like the colour of the background. No, I'm not going to cut them out for now. Don't want all the words in everything, do we? Oh, the Morley Shed. So this is a project that we run. So our groundwork, our trust, Groundwork Yorkshire, run the Morley Shed. It's actually in the building that one of the buildings that I manage. So this is it was originally for men, but it's for all. These are the shedders that we have coming in. So, yeah, they make interesting things. They make like bird boxes, and they make reindeers with twig antlers at Christmas, and they make bug boxes for bug hotels. For bugs. So yeah, it's a really good thing. So. Highly recommended. So anyway, that's that. So I've taken things out of there, and let's have a quick scoot through this. So what's that? No, that's just rubbish, isn't it? So this is another Shine magazine. Might have that at the top. On the Move. Oh, that didn't rip very well, did it? Yeah, because our organisation is a charity, and we run some things, charitable help for people to generally help them. Look, she's gorgeous, isn't she? Yeah, we'll have her. And I like that as well. I'm going to have him. I'm really thirsty. I've got really into hot chocolate now the weather has changed. just drink a hot chocolate right now. Right about now, however. Brian and Vic are downstairs. Brian and Vic are cooking today, but they're just waiting for me to film. Get more into the filming before they start that. Because otherwise the food will be ready and I won't be finished recording. So at the moment, Vic is currently playing Fallout, a video game. Ask me nothing, no questions about it. I have no idea about it. And Brian is doing some of his washing because he doesn't have anywhere to wash his clothes at the moment. He moved into his new place, not until, you know, he's got all of that sorted. So, the world on my bus route. So I want that. Okay, so let's tear the whole page out first. And tear this out. I think I've torn into something. Yeah, well, never mind. Can't have everything. We're gonna have that though. Just tear up to the blue bit. And tear that bit off. And have that as the words. And then tear this down so that that's the picture that I wanted. Oh, although I've torn it just at the bit where let's tear him out. Could use him and have something growing out of the top of his head, couldn't I? I'll take aging as well, but quite modern text, not interested. The last storytellers don't like the shadow in the background, so I'm sure somebody out there will be going, oh, I love the shadow in the background. That was the bit that I really liked, but not for me. So, Windrush, this is about. Read this article, very good. Thackeray Museum of Medicine. Do you want the Thackeray Museum of Medicine? No, don't want that. Need to go and see that. It's not far away from here, so Middleton Park, Crossgate Shopping Centre. This doesn't have as many things in it that are of interest. Text-wise, I mean. No, that's it. So that's that. Shall I do... Right, no, I'm going to leave it there, I think, folks. So, let's get rid of these, because these are all the rubbish bits. I can keep that one. I haven't torn much out of there. I'll keep that one as a glue magazine, a glue book. In fact, I might actually do the same with the other one. I'll take all the bits, the loose bits out of it and use it. I don't know where I put it. Where did I put it? I'll put it on the floor. I might take all the loose bits out of here and use the rest of it for a glue book, so because that's useful. But yeah, so there we go. So we've got a few pictures. So these are the pictures that we've got that we might use, or you might see me use elsewhere. Really love that. So I could either cut the frame out, or I could leave the frame on the background and just cut that bit out. And there's these just interesting images. I could always cut, if I cut the top hat, I could stick it back on his head. So that's those. And then with words wise, we've got, oh, that's a picture, let's put that over there. So we've got The World on My Bus, Love, Life, Robot, and Love, Life, and Robot Cats. Otley. That's how you have to say it. That's how people in Yorkshire say it. Otley. A Grand Day Out. I won't read all of them. I've read them before. But got those. Then I've got I'm on the Move, Hooked on History. We've got an M, Sporting Life, Creative Brains, Sense of an Ending, Wall, a Rant, Tea, Hobbies, Bracket, Postcards from, Ornaments, Postcards from Ornaments, Do It Yourself, I did, the original, and 5D. 5D used to be the old pre-decimal money system. Collection, the Collectors, sorry, not even the Collectors Club, just Collectors Club. So yeah, there we go. So obviously I'll go through that magazine, I'll do it off camera, but they are just a few things, and hopefully you'll see me use them over the course of the next few weeks on things. You might see me pull something out and go, oh, I saw that video, I saw him cut all of those things out. Well, tear them out. Anyway, folks, that's it. So don't throw your magazines away before you've vetted them for things that you could pull out. You don't know what's in there until you've kind of gone through it from a crafty perspective. Have a look. You might even see things like some nice patterns, you know, like this. This is a nice pattern, but I'm going to use it in its entirety, I think, that you might want to use in your crafty exploits. Great way to save money. We all need to save a bit more money these days. So anyway, that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you feel so inclined. Don't forget that I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks very much, folks. My name's Dasher Dave, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye. Lots of love. Lots of hugs. Take care. Bye.